Well, alrighty then. We're here back talking with Mr. 702. And of course, I'm so happy to be back with all of you. And today's topic is going to be a big topic. We're all interested because it's everywhere in the news and everything. What's really happening in America? America is broke. And that is the truth. I mean, since we were child, you remember we were always working because we needed to pay our taxes to get that Social Security so we can have that security. So when we retire, there'll be funds available for us to continue living. But at the rate we're going and how much money we're spending, I don't see that in the future. We have right now victims of hurricanes that are going through hell. They're offering $750. I mean, get real. These people have just lost everything. How are they supposed to survive with that in today's economy? You can't even do groceries for 2 months with that kind of money. It's not fair. We continue seeing money go overseas. We are paying wars, Ukraine, Israel. I mean, how much more do you need to see? The amount of money that's being spent is so much money that not even our kids, grandkids are going to be able to pay this debt back. All this money that keeps on going out of America is not going to come back. There's no such deal as people are going to pay us back. So it means that money is just going away. How much are we willing to spend? How long do we plan to stay in America as we're seeing our shelves get empty in our supermarket and our local grocery stores? You have to open your eyes. You have to figure out what's going on. You can't just stay blinded and continue working and paying your taxes and just be a work ant without knowing what's really happening in America. But I'm telling you guys, with my experience and the way I've seen things go downhill, America is broke. You're seeing it all over the news. Thanks to the advanced technology now that the websites are providing, like YouTube and everything, you're allowed to see this news. People are coming to the cameras. They're saying the government is not helping. They're not intervening. FEMA is not being able to help because they have no money. I mean, come on. What are we doing? We're helping others around the world instead of helping our own, continuously growing the population of homelesses. As we're seeing in our major cities, homeless population has grown rapidly. I mean, there's homeless everywhere. And it's not only a drug problem. The problem is that we're broke. That's their problem also. If you can't afford to be able to rent somewhere, where do you think you're going to live? In the streets. And that's what's happening. We can't continue ignoring this and saying, well, they got addictions and that's why they're in the street, or bad choices in life. It's not true. A lot of these people have lost their jobs after COVID. We have to remember we closed down for almost 2 years. A lot of people weren't prepared for that. They took their funds, their savings, their 401ks, cashed it in to be able to survive. Now there's no way of making it up again to replace it. It's not there. It's gone. Just like the money from the federal government. It's just not there. It's gone. So what do? Do we turn on the printers and start producing money? Of course not. We can't do that. We're going to unbalance the whole United States. So we have to start slowly again to build our economy again, which is not going to be overnight. This is a hard situation we're in right now. My problem with all this is the poor people that are suffering right now that are hurricane victims. I mean, right now we're going through a hurricane just today that's going in at category 5 in between Tampa. This is real. This is happening. This is the second hurricane that's going to hit. How are they going to survive? How are they going to get the help that's much needed? Is there going to be help for them? That's the question. I got plenty of family in Florida and I'm concerned. How are they going to get to them? They're saying evacuate or you're going to die. Really? Wow. It's amazing. We have to do something about this. We have to continue trying to raise these questions in order for us to get some kind of answer. The way we're living right now, I mean, this is just incredible. Also, I'm very, very disappointed with the media. I worked media since I was 18 years old. I worked for CBS and I worked for Telemundo. I am disgusted that nobody's actually doing the real news and holding the government accountable why they're not there helping. All I see in the news is Donald Trump this and Donald Trump did this. And what are we doing? We're defocusing from the news. What happened to the ethics that the news broadcaster had back in the days? Because I remember that. We were artists. We took pride in what we did. We had ethics, morals. What the hell's going on? Don't you see you're focusing on the wrong thing and we're setting a wrong example for our audience that's depending on us to give them the truth, to give them what's actually going on in the world. And we're sidetracking them. Focus on this. Donald Trump sucks. That's what you have to focus on. So you won't vote for him. So the change won't happen. Vote for this idiot. I mean, come on. Aren't we tired of this? To be manipulated as Americans? I'm offended. I'm disgusted. Because they're underestimating my intelligence. And that to me is wrong. But again, I'm telling everyone that's listening to me right now, that's known me for years, I come out with only the truth. And the truth is America is broke. We're in bad shape. Our retirement funds, guys, people that are my age, we're worried. You know we're worried. I'm talking to you. You know that you're worrying also. That you have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. What happens if we get sick? What happens if the diabetes catches up to us? Or the high cholesterol? Because of the food source that sucks in America also. That's another topic. We won't touch that topic today. But let's just imagine what we're living in. This is a third world country. This is terrible. Immigrants coming in through the border like they're going to the beach. And we're talking about, there's no problem here. Come on, people. Take the blinders off. It's our kids that count on us to make the right choices now where we can make the difference. Not later when they grow up, oh, they can do something about it. We have to do something and we have to take a stand right now. We have to hold our government accountable for what they've done and for what they're doing. We're focusing in other parts that are not important to us. United States of America should come first. Our people should come first. Let me tell you a story. I went to South Brazil 3 weeks ago. Did you know in South Brazil, it's the poorest part of Brazil? Okay. I went to a place called Vacaria. Very small, very poor. Let me tell you, population of homeless. One. Can you imagine? How is that? Why is that? Because people are still affording to be able to live in their houses without being thrown out. In America, our poor people are going to suffer even more because they're going to have to move out of the apartment that they've been paying $700 and $800 a month because now the new renovators want to throw you out and raise the rent $1,500. You can't afford it now. Where do you go? Is there still an apartment in America for $800? A one bedroom anywhere? There is not. That's why the homeless population keeps on growing, because America is broke. We're giving housing, affordable housing, to immigrants that have no papers here, but yet homeless population keeps growing. Ask yourself again, why is that? Because they can't afford to live in America. There's no jobs here. There's nothing being created. If you pick up any item in your home right now, pick it up. It's not made in America. It's made in China, Japan, Germany, everywhere else except America. Why? Because America produces nothing. We are a needy country. We don't produce absolutely nothing. How bad is that? I remember a time where America was the builders, unions, car manufacturers. I mean, Jesus Christ. And those things lasted. I mean, we had craftsman tools. Go back, and if it breaks, they'll give you a new one. That's how much they guaranteed that their tools wouldn't break, because they were A1A. Just like everything else we sold in America. It saddens me to say, but America is broke. But we're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be right back, so don't move. And of course, we would love to thank our sponsor, Affordable Wellness Center, for making all this possible and having this show, Talking with Mr. 702, where the truth always comes out. And we're back talking with Mr. 702. Of course, we're talking today about America. It's a lot of changes in America, I'll tell you that much. I mean, wow. I remember when America, you can go ahead and put gas and pay later, you know. They took that out of the way real quick when people were just putting gas and just taking off and not paying. So, I mean, it's changed. It's changed a lot, and it's sad. It saddens me to say that because there was a time where America was just great. You know, everybody loved America. Their dream, you know, since they were little kids in these third world countries were come to America, become a doctor, an astronaut. I mean, it was endless. The dreams were endless. You can become anyone you wanted to become if you had the willpower to be able to just come and do it. And unfortunately, we've changed. We've changed a lot. I mean, and I blame a lot of the politicians. I mean, the politicians, they're just crooked. I mean, let's just get real. Every day we see it on the news. A politician stole this. A politician took money to pay for their daughter's wedding. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. That's another one. I mean, that was incredible. That lady was here in Las Vegas. I'm not going to say any names, but you can look her up. Las Vegas person. She was on the board of a certain place, and she was picking up funds for a fallen officer, okay? And she took the money and spent it on her daughter's wedding and some other bills that she needed to pay. Ask yourself a question. Have we gone mad? Have we gone loco? I don't understand this. You guys make me understand it. Write to me. Let me understand what's going on, because I'm just, it's unbelievable to me, the America that I'm actually living in today. It's an America that's full of violence. It's an America where people are going into schools and shooting little kids. Little kids are dying for maniacs. Who do we blame? Do we blame the parents? Do we blame the video games? That is just, that's all the video games are. Who are we going to blame? Or are we just going to blame society? Or that's just the way it is? That's not an answer. It's not a good enough answer for me. As a father of 3, I try every day of my life, and my dream is only to make sure that my kids can take care of themselves, can stand on their own 2 feet. But in the America we're living in today, they can't even afford to move out. I can't send my kids to move out because they're making $12 an hour, which is not enough to pay for an apartment of $1,500 for 1 bedroom, plus your light bill, plus your car payment, plus your insurance. How do you do it? You can't do it. And you know why again? America is broke. We have nothing. We're running on fumes. You're seeing it in our grocery stores, in our stores. There's empty shelves. I've never seen that. That's got to be a call for you to understand and notice that there's something wrong. There's something wrong. And it's incredible. And it saddens me because what are we going to tell our kids? How do we prepare our kids for the future when we know that the future is very, very tarnished? It's cloudy. There's no vision at the end of the tunnel. There's no light there. How do we do it? And I understand. I know there's a lot of people out there, Guido, I understand. You know, I'm going through the same thing. I get it. I get it. We all are. What do we do about it? We have to stand up and fight against Congress, senators, all these people that have been in power for more than 20 years inside that chair, inside that chamber. We got to remove them. We have to replace them with a younger generation. A generation that's ready and prepared to make the changes we need in America today. Our lawmakers. If you're 100 years old and you're standing in front of that mic already, you're too old. What are you still doing there? Why are we still having you there? I don't understand that part. Why aren't we voting these people in and out? Why are we settling with having a person representing us that's been representing themselves only for the past 50 years? How is this continually passing? How is this happening? When are we going to stop that? That's where we have to fight. Those chairs have to be available every 3 years. We should vote for every single chair that belongs to our government, because it's our government, not theirs. That's where change is going to become reality for all of us. Give the opportunity for others to come with brighter ideas and better notion of what's really going out there, what's really happening. All you old senators and governors and all these people, you're all cushy. You all live because you've lived off the government. You lived off politics. You're not business owners. You're just politicians. If we go back to see how much you guys actually get paid, you can't afford the mansion you live in. How did you get it? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's ask the questions. How did you get it? How did you do it? Crooked, just like we see all the time. People come out, vote for me, blah, 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 and then we see they crooked. They stole. They didn't work for the people. They don't care about the people. We have to make all those chairs for everyone to be able to have the same opportunity to be able to sit in them at least for 3 years. 3-year terms. Everybody should be voted in, not just got in and now you're going to keep your seat forever until you die. Because that's basically what happens in Congress. They're there until they die. They're there until they can't even move anymore. You dude, look at yourself in TV. Take yourself out of that chair. Care about us. Hey, listen, I'm not equipped. I can't do it anymore. I don't feel good. I'm too old. I want somebody to replace me. And let's find a candidate that can replace you and continue going forward. But they don't. They stay there and they fall over and they fall off of planes and stairs and they're just falling everywhere. And I'm not talking about only the president. We already know that guy's a wow. Wow, where is he? I mean, dude, come on. Sleepy Joe? This is bad. This is terrible what's happening. But the truth is, and I'll say it again, America is broke. We have to prepare ourselves for the future. At least people from my age. Because there is not going to be any Social Security retirement fund for us. So all the taxes and all that stuff we're paying for is just for the government. So they can continue all these endless wars and all this money going overseas so they can line their pockets. That's the important thing of doing overseas business. You get the little backlash of the extra cash that goes into your pocket and it goes unnoticeable. If you do business in America, it's a totally different ballpark. So that's why they do it overseas. We got to stop. We got to make the changes. We have to fight for our kids, and we have to fight for a better America tomorrow. This has been Mr. 702 talking with all of you, and thank you for being there. See you next time.